Hello everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome back to the Chi Ninja Sewing Space where you and I learn to and style the wardrobe of our dreams. For the new year, guys, I decided to ease us into the sewing tutorials with something very simple, quick, straightforward. You're all gonna love it. It is a skirt from Veronica Beard that I saw and I loved so much. And interestingly, I have actually made that ensemble, the top and the skirt, but I can't wear them together because the top is in a very vavavoom yellow fabric with all sorts of colors. Is it here? No, it's not here, but there is a tutorial for it on the channel and I do talk about it in my makes of 2021. I will link those videos in the description for you guys. So today I'm making the skirt portion of that picture. I thought the whole thing looked good. I think I'm still going to try and get maybe like a black or green or whatever color fabric to make that same top again. But to the skirt fabric, it is a fabric I got from Minerva. It is a boucle tweed, or that's what it's called on the site, and it's very lovely because it's black background with white and orange and yellow and greens. So this is what we'll be making. This is what we'll be using to make the skirt. And also for the patch pockets, I got this braided, I don't know what you call it, but it's a trim. And I talked about trying to get into trims for this year. I talked all about that in my New Year's resolution videos. I'll put a link so you guys can see. And this is me trying to stick with that. Come back 6 months later and ask me how well we're doing with the trims. But anyways, I was thinking of using this for the flap pockets and the hem of the skirt. What do you guys think? Now, since this is going to be a skirt without a waistband, I have decided I'm just going to use this plain fabric to make a facing for the skirt. Just a plain old black fabric. Then for the lining, I am just going to use this regular cotton lining. For the back closure, I am going to use an invisible zipper. Then, according to the new techniques that I want to be trying on this skirt that we're going to make today, I want to put an elastic on the waistband. We're still, don't be confused here. We're still gonna make it without an actual waistband. I'm still going to have the interfacing, but I will also put elastic in there just to help with, you know, weight fluctuations and me having to feel like I need to go in there and take in the side seams, take out the sides and take it, you know, just to stop all that. Then also at the hem, I also want to use some iron-on interfacing just to give it that sturdy, nice look. I feel like a lot of garments that look like nice and tailored have that in there. As opposed to using horsehair braid, I feel like horsehair braid will be taking things a bit too far, or would be too much. Not taking it too far, would be too much. So some iron-on interfacing, and that's about it. Right, we have a plan. Also, don't forget to watch to the end of the video. I'm going to be trying on the skirt in real life and we'll see what that looks like. Okay guys, we're going to now start the pattern drafting for the skirt. We are going to assume this is our front skirt, this is our back skirt. Now for the front, we are going to cut on fold because it will just open up. Then the back will have a zipper, right? So we're going to cut twice. So let's start with the front because much of what is going to happen to the front is going to happen to the back. Now for the dart, we are going to transfer most of it here. I'd say 3/4 of the dart is going to come down here because this is a 1-inch dart, right? So 3/4 of it will come down here. Then the remaining 1/4 we'll add to the quarter on the other side to make it 1/2 inch. Then there'll also be 1/2 inch at the back, so we have like a 1 inch or even less than a 1 inch ease on the waist. Maybe I'll even make it less than that because of the new technique that I told you that I'm going to try. We're going to put an elastic, and the elastic needs like space to expand in case your waist expands as well. Okay. So basically what that means is we're not going to sew in any darts here, but if you still wanted to sew in a dart, you could, and just add the 1/4 inch, or even less. Let's even call it a 1/16 of an inch this way. Okay, so in the meantime, so like I said, we'll transfer just a little bit of the dart. Because if you can tell from the, I don't know if you can tell from the design, it's not that big of an A-line. I think basically this is it. Then of course we will do the same thing to the back. See, super easy. And like I said before, there's also another tutorial for an A-line skirt on the channel, but that one has got elasticated waist. Then also for the front, we will take in 1/2 inch this way. Just trust me, I don't know why, but it always happens. If you have a tummy, if you have big hips, usually you have to take in at least 1/2 inch on the front. Yeah, so like I said, very, very easy pattern drafting for the front. Because it is an A-line, there is no need for a slit at the back because you can walk freely. That is all for the pattern drafting, quick and easy, painless. So now I will show you guys my actual pattern with the fabric all cut out. Okay, and I completely forgot to say, but we'll do the same thing to the lining, but usually I make my lining like at least 2-3 inches shorter than the actual pattern or whatever it is I'm making. So everything exactly the same for the lining, but 3 inches shorter. And remember, we have no waistband. So yeah, that's basically it. My fabric's all cut out. This is the front pattern, this is the back pattern. It's getting closer. So like I said, no waistband. This is the lining and this is the facing. The facing is 2 inches and the lining is -2 inches from the hem. By the time I hem that up, it'll be shorter. Same thing for the back, except that we have cut in here for our zipper. Yeah, it's a very straightforward thing. We'll iron on some interfacing there. This is it. And the next clip now will be of me. I thought I'll pop back real quick and show you guys where we are with things, okay? So this is the front part of the skirt, and this is the facing, and this is the lining. I know it's hard to see, but the lining has been interfaced, right? This is the pretty side, this is the side with interfacing. Then for our back sides, or for the back pattern, we have also interfaced the lining, right? And I went ahead and I interfaced the zipper area. Now remember, our zipper is going to have a 1 inch seam allowance, so that's why it's in the middle here. Okay, now for the sequence of sewing, we're going to sew on our zipper at the back so that the back piece becomes one piece like the front. Then I think we will attach the facing to the we'll attach the facings to the linings for the back and the front. Then after that, we will join the side seams together, attach the lining to the zipper, right, so that our skirt doesn't move. Then we'll do all those fun stuff I was talking about, which is putting elastic in the waist area and putting on interfacing at the hem. Then I didn't forget about the pockets. I know I didn't talk about the pockets before, but I want the skirt to be fully set so that I can put it on and decide where I want the pockets to be so that they fall nicely. So when we're about getting to that, we will cut up the pattern for the pockets. All right, let's get sewing. Okay guys, a lot has happened since we last saw. So first off, I went on ahead and attached the invisible zip at the back. Now this was just to save time because I have a whole zipper playlist on the channel, but here's how it is, right? And we just sew that down to the end. Then I also went ahead, I mean, this is all from our sewing sequence, right? I sewed the facing to the lining for the back pieces and also the front pieces. Okay, here it is. This is the front piece and this is the facing, this is the lining. Okay, now I also went ahead, and also this is according to our sewing sequence. I have joined the facing and the lining, which is one piece, to the main fabric, because I'm going to sew the side seam as one. And I do all this so that if in the future I want to let's say take in a bit or whatever, it will just be easy. I'll just come to the side seam and take both the skirt and the lining piece in at the same time. Okay, so we've done the front now, and in doing the back, okay, I've already done this part just so you guys can see. As you can see, the back zip is all cleaned, right? You can see the clean finish here. So that is why I came right now. That's what we're going to start from. So now we're trying to join the facing and the lining to the skirt piece, right? And this is for the back. I need to show you guys how to place it before we sew. Okay, so we will take our facing and our lining and face them right side together with our main fabric. Okay, so right sides together, because when you sew and you flip over, you want the right side of the lining to be showing on the inside. Okay, so we'll attach them right sides together. Okay, all right, see that there, and I apologize, it's black on black, so it might be hard to see, but you guys will be fine. Okay, okay, so now that we have everything together like this, we will now fold everything to the front. Okay, and make sure it sits well in the middle right there, and we will pin that to hold it in place, and sew with our regular seam allowance across this way. Okay, so now that we've sewn up everything, we need to trim this part so that it folds over nicely. So just don't go too crazy. Just need to trim it down. We hold it in like this and we flip it. You see how smooth and clean and even this joint is. If you even want, you could put a hook and eye in there, but nothing a good press won't sort out here. So after this, we will just go on ahead and attach the lining to the seam allowance this way. You can do this by hand or machine if you want. I prefer machine, obviously, but don't sew it too close. That's another thing, so that it doesn't get caught up when you're opening and closing. Just this bit is enough. Okay, think of it like you're sewing an exposed zipper. Okay guys, all right, I'll do that, then we will come back, sew up the side seams and understitch, because you need to understitch, and this actually needs a really good press. Okay guys, the lining for the back piece has been attached but not ironed. That's why it's looking so crazy like this. But now I want to finish the end of this zip. Now I've done this before in like a gathered skirts tutorial. I'll put that up in the cards, but I just thought I'll show you guys here again. Okay, so now we'll just cut the zip, then we would now sew straight down, flip this over, tuck this in here, tuck this in here, and flip this over twice and sew. Well, I'll show you guys the steps, so no need to worry. So first things first, we will just sew this straight line from here to here. Okay, now that we have done that, we will tuck in the sides like this. Okay, just get a pin and hold it there. We will then fold here this top bit. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Fold this top bit and fold it down again. Okay, so guys, here is the tab, just a quick tab, and it's not really going to be seen because it will be covered by the lining. It's like sandwiched in between the lining and the skirt. It's just, obviously we don't want that whole long zipper in there. So everything is looking nice. Now we will just lay the front and the back pieces together and join the side seams. Okay guys, this is what our skirt is looking like so far. I hope you guys can see. Okay, so I already have the elastic on, as you can see it's moving, and I'm telling you guys, this feels so comfortable, so nice. But I haven't put on the iron-on interfacing for the hem. I just pinned the skirt and just to see if I like the length, which I do. But I think I'm going to take it, because I don't know if you guys can see. Let's go this way a bit. I don't know if you guys can tell from the film, but it's kind of a little bit baggy right here, so I might just shave off something little. Then this is the size of the pockets I was thinking of going with. I don't know if it's too big. It feels a little bit too big, so maybe I'll just trim it down a bit. Right, I just pinned the elastic on, but I will sew like some zigzag stitches here. Okay, we're almost done with the skirt. It's looking lovely. I love it. Hey people, this video is about the A-line skirt, not the patch pocket, so there will be no tutorial on the patch pockets in this video. However, there is a separate tutorial for how to install this patch pocket on this skirt and on any other thing you have. So I will link that video up in the cards for you guys and you can check it out. Okay guys, just to give you a quick rundown of where we're at right now. So as you can see, the lined patch pockets are sewn on, And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have realized that we decided to go with these green buttons. We decided to go with the green buttons. So the button will be sewn on here, and the buttonhole will be at the flap. Okay, it'll just be here this way, and that will be quite easy. So I'll do that when I come back. And on Instagram we actually had a poll and these buttons won. So I have hemmed up the skirt. Now I'm thinking about putting on this I've forgotten what it's called, a braid of some sort. I'll put up the name on the screen. So the full idea was to put this round the hem of the skirt, and like in the picture, have it go around the pockets this way and this way as well. But I don't have enough of these trims, and so the only thing that's going to happen is we're going to sew on the trim on the hem of the skirt, and that'll be that. Do the buttons, and I'll come back and show you guys how everything looks. I will wear it. I'll wear the skirt for you guys. This is the finished skirt with the pockets, and they're lined, and it's A-line, and I put my trim. So that's all for this video. Actually, there's a top I made to copy the top that the model is wearing in the skirt for this picture. I will link that video there and see you there. Why don't you try making that and have a matching pair? Peace.